the screen.
Okay.
So, and we're live on YouTube. Now we're gonna try to go live on Facebook. Facebook always takes a minute. We'll see what happens today. But we are live both on YouTube and Facebook.
All right.
So today, Thursday, August the 6th, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Dr. Mike's podcast. We got a DJ here, Nirvana, come as you are. And for my credentials, you always can go to my website, mikevantielen.com or mvtonline.com for my credentials, my books, my keynote speaking engagements, resource pages, and all kinds of cool stuff. And today we got a very interesting podcast once more. We have our special guest here, John Baxter. Welcome, John.
Thanks, Mike.
So let me introduce John. John is an entrepreneur. He's an inventor, a philanthropist, and a martial artist. He's also the founder of Detox Bed with anti-aging and biohacking technologies. And he's also the founder of Operation Honeybee. Now that's interesting because I just asked him about it. It's the largest Save the Bee non-profit in the world, with millions of visits on the Facebook page, right?
Absolutely.
And so if people are interested in learning more or learning about on why we need to save those bees, because that would be the end of humanity too, as most people already read, we go to the Facebook page Operation Honeybee, correct?
Correct.
Excellent. Now, John here has been in the mattress and bedding business for over 20 years. And the last few years, he really has put his emphasis and focus on making the traditional bed and the outdated technology a lot more innovative. So what we're going to talk about today is the innovations in technologies when it comes to our beds, our mattresses, and resting. And so we're going to talk about far infrared, grounding, and EMF shielding. And those are the technologies we're going to talk about. But to get started, John, you wanted to play that song Nirvana, Come As You Are. I don't know why, but why did you want me to play that song?
Because we represent people like us, and I'm very honored to be on this podcast. Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome.
All the wealth of knowledge and work you've done, I really appreciate. I played that song because we're, the alternative, holistic movement. We're launching this post-COVID-19, even though it started well over 10 years ago plus lifetimes. But we're that alternative group, alternative health freedom, of course. And that is where we stand. We're fighting through. We're somewhat like the X-Men, I feel like, in this field.
Because Nirvana was the pioneer, as everybody knows, in alternative rock, right? So from there, the Nirvana song, very well. Now, people call us complementary alternative, but again, we are traditional. We are conventional because we've been around for thousands of years. That's where civilizations have built on. We're talking about, whole foods and supplements, and we're talking about energy, and we're going to talk about energy today, right? Grounding, the EMF, the radiation, the infrared sauna, light, heat. It all has to do with our health and with healing, and we can use that to our detriment or to our benefit, obviously. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. Now, well, let's start this way, though. I heard that you had that you beat. Everybody knows about the Sleep Number bet. We all heard of that. And you beat the Sleep Number bet in federal court. Tell us that story. What is that all about?
Well, it's a very long story, Mike. Like I said, I've been in the industry 20 years. I started, actually broke my neck in collegiate wrestling, Greco-Roman match. Injured myself and was in major pain. Refused the surgery on a whim. Doctor said you'd never make it. And held in there for a long time, 15 years, chronic pain, folks. But with pain, and pressure becomes diamonds. I use this pain to help figure out things. It was through, my contact I had in the mattress industry that gave me a shot. and following these passions and helping people sleep better was the idea option for me. I was already into health. Sleep was one of those things that was kind of boring, but I've always been on the technology side of sleep. I was the guy that created the zero gravity position, created the zero gravity bed brand. And that was in my early 20s.
Yeah.
A lot of the remote controls you see nowadays have the zero G, zero gravity position. Didn't do a good job trademarking it back then, but I can assure you, through all the stuff I've been through, we've done that.
Yeah.
Which led into a lot of things in this industry. I can go in detail about a lot of ways, but one of the ways I disrupted it was just competing against the big boys. The big boys tried to take me down only because I was a tough competitor. This meant something more to me than just selling a mattress with no proven benefits. This was actually helping people, and no one was going to stop me from doing it. Sleep Number just didn't really like the fact that there was a guy out there, just like the honeybee thing. Yeah. There was a guy out there trying to knock down walls and give people a better night's sleep, a lot cheaper, you name it. And each company I helped, they pretty much sued out. One of the last companies I helped, they sued out, didn't pay me my contract, and then sued me again after they bought the company on assets. So I fought $1 billion company for 8 years. I can tell you it was very difficult because they didn't let off. They had my thumb in a kind of a bending position, ready to snap it at any moment, because when you have that much money, you can pressure someone so hard every single day until they want to quit. But the thing is, I didn't quit. I saw my passion was bigger than their dollars. And when it went to court, I won 12 out of 12 juries sided with me. Sleep Number lost their name, Select Comfort, and they have very limited trademark rights on their current name, Sleep Number.
Okay.
So that's how that happened.
That's a big story.
Yeah.
We got a celebrity here.
Yeah. So when it comes to sleep, people know me in the industry as the guy that's just going to go all out for us, me, and you.
Okay. Now, a lot of these, technologies, even if there is a technology, but we know all those mattresses that have all those layers, and everybody's, trying on TV to impress us with this. But I guess most of us really don't know, how this all works, what the layers are, and all of the technology, according to you, is outdated. So what are the innovations that you have brought to the industry, and even against Tempur-Pedic, because a lot of people are buying those Tempur-Pedic mattresses. So what are the innovations, and how do you compare against, for example?
40 years ago, Sleep Number came out with their product. Hasn't changed very much. Sleep Number came out with their product 30 years ago. Great products, but haven't changed in 30 years. Very little minute change. Our company represents the first major change in 30 years. Mm-hmm. If you shop for a mattress, you know how confusing it is. It's the ever done in your life. Nothing makes sense. They're all telling similar stories. And why is that? Because it's outdated technology. It's an industrial age technology. The only thing they can talk about today is how it sleeps cooler. And it's like, cool this, cool that. Is it proven? No, we can't really prove it, but it's cool as in like the cool kids are doing it. And then you're like, okay, people in our industry are sick of that. We're sick of hearing these large corporations telling these cooling stories that don't really benefit anyone. So our technology, the last 6 years, we have it patented in so many different ways we'll get into in a minute. But that outdated technology is being replaced with technology of today that offers needs to modern society, with all the toxins, with all the EMFs, with our food's nutrient deficient.
Sure.
All the different things come in alignment with our product.
Yeah. When I go buy a mattress, and it's obviously not often. I mean, how often do you buy a mattress? Really, when you feel it's worn out and you start sinking into it, right? Something like that. But when most people go to a mattress, they try to say things, but really we want to lay on it, right? And if it feels good, we look at the price. If it's in our price range, that's probably the one we buy. But otherwise, I don't think most people ask a lot of questions anyway. What I'm excited about personally is obviously I always want to perform at maximum potential, be in optimal health. And so, I'm not the best sleeper either. I do fall asleep pretty good. But then when I wake up 3, 4, or 5 after I wake up, whether it's to go to pee or whether I'm worrying or whatever it may be, whatever the reason may be, I have a hard time falling asleep. And so often I don't feel up really, really rested, right? So sleep is so important because during sleep, we replenish, repair, and regenerate. And so if we don't have a deep sleep, we just accumulate our toxins and we go more and more sluggish. Sleep is so important. We all know that. But what I'm excited about is, besides having a good bed and being able to sleep better, is if we, during our sleep, if we can actually, incorporate technologies to, rid toxins of our body or increase circulation or lymphatic drainage or keep our, bad EMF out, that would be awesome. Because is there something I can do while I'm healthy? Wouldn't that be great? And so, as I'm very excited to hear about the technologies that you have in your mattress. So let's start with the far infrared, maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
Explain what that is and how you incorporate it and what the benefits would be.
So we have a nanotechnology based on rare earth minerals like tourmaline and that type of thing. Our far infrared is FDA proven nanobionic. It has 5 different proven claims according to the FDA. Faster recovery, better night's sleep, better circulation, better blood flow, and recycling the body's own energy.
Okay.
So I can show you what it looks like.
Sure.
It's on the back side of the mattress.
So that's the inside?
It's the inside of the mattress. When your own body heats up these rare earth minerals, it reflects just like a mirror, reflects back those far infrared red wavelengths, cellular function, mitochondria enhancement, all that.
We all know the benefits of light. It's been a therapeutic device for thousands of years. Yeah.
The lights, right?
Yes.
And a lot of people know the far infrared as a red light therapy, of course, which I've used and stuff like that. But you got to think you're going to spend, when we called it bed rest technology, no pills, no crazy exercise, no crazy diet, essentially. Even though Americans, you tell them what to do, they don't do whatever they want anyways.
Yeah.
Thank you for your information. But, I'll get this technology, you just put it on your bed. You can get the cover or the mattress. If you get a cover, you just put it on the bed and you're getting all that stuff.
All the benefits.
Talk about today from just going to bed.
Going to bed. That's what I like about it. You'll get a benefit while you're sleeping. So what I hear you saying, though, for the viewers is you have the actual mattress. If somebody needs a new queen or king or whatever it is, you can buy the mattress with this technology. However, if you already have a mattress and you're happy with the mattress, you just can buy something good to put between the mattress and your sheet, and that will do the same thing. Is that correct?
Yeah, we have a travel cover. You can put this travel cover. You can put stuff inside. With this cover, you could, I'm traveling a lot, going hotel to, post-COVID. I throw this thing down, and I get all the benefits I would at home by taking it with you.
Yeah.
So to upgrade your current mattress, supercharge your current mattress. Maybe you like your current mattress. Maybe you hate your current mattress.
Yeah.
Go ahead and put the cover.
So there's
over.
the option. You don't have to buy a new mattress. You can just get the cover, and then the cover allows you to travel with it too. But if you want a new mattress anyway, you might as well get the technology in your new mattress, and maybe still get a traveling one if you travel a lot.
Yep.
Okay.
Most people have 2, 3, 4 rooms in their home, so
yeah, sure.
You can have it, even when you're traveling, for sure.
Excellent. So that's the far infrared. Is there anything else you want to share us with the far infrared component?
It's very well proven. A lot of people have never heard of it, but if you do a little searching around and
benefits of far infrared, yeah, sure.
Far infrared's a very powerful, proven technology. So.
Yeah, no, I mean light and that's what far infrared is, stimulates all biological processes in our body to a cellular level, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it has such a great health benefit. It's about replenishing, repairing, and revitalizing the body. You know, what a better way to do that during your sleep.
Right.
So what's some of the other technologies within your mattress or cover?
Well, I'll talk about the 5 ways. You know, I represent a launch called Detox Bed.
Okay.
We're launching Detox Bed, also represent anti-aging and biohacking technologies, of course. And but 5 different levels of detoxification, right? We've got grounding. Already spoke about far infrared, EMF shielding. I did get the patent on the antiviral mattress in the U.S. We didn't talk about Dr. Greg very much, but he is our chief medical officer. That's how we connected. And those guys are at an arm lengths away. I'm very honored to be working with both these guys. They were pioneers in bio. To me, he's the pioneer of biohacking. He can think whatever he wants. I've read his books. I know Dr. Greg. This was not by chance, folks. But yeah, we've got the first antiviral mattress patented 6 years ago. That's thinking ahead.
That's thinking ahead, and here we are in the pandemic. So we're certainly going to talk a little bit about that. And so, what's number 5?
We have a dome, EMF shielding dome that's actually grounded. It's silver, and it's like a mosquito net, but it's amazing. I will show this on a different podcast.
Sure.
But the EMF, the reader says 0, folks. You lay inside and.
So let's talk about those different components. We talked about the far infrared. So let's explain to the viewers first what grounding really is, because most people may not even know what that word means. What's grounding, generally speaking?
Well, I come from Tai Chi. Grounding is a very thing that one of the first things they taught you. Essentially, you can get the grounding for free. You go outside and stand barefoot. And on a molecular level, you're detoxing yourself of free radicals. A lot of times, if you're sensitive, you're not in your head too much, you're in your body, you can feel the static electric discharge. So think of grounding as really static electric discharge, the body.
And how come? Because our ground is what? Negative, positive? It's with ions. How does it work scientifically?
The Earth is the largest negative potential. It has a static frequency. It's 7.83 hertz, the Schumann resonance, of course. But your body needs to be grounded. We've lost connection with the Earth. We wear rubber-soled shoes. Cars have rubber tires. There's linoleum floors at times. There's a concrete slab, folks.
Yeah.
We've lost connection a lot of times with each other, with a lot of the energies in our own body, and with so many different disconnections.
So what you're saying, John, is what I've been saying. We were born a nude animal. And if you look at all the animals in the wild, they don't wear shoes, right? So they are in contact with Mother Nature, and it's part of, a whole energetic system. And it's one of those important things that are always overlooked. And of course, conventional people think it's like quackery or things like that. But energy certainly is not quackery. It can be proven, it can be measured. And I'm sure you're going to demonstrate a little bit later. And so it is important that we do ground. So besides sleeping on this bed we're talking about today, you need to walk on your barefoot as much as you can, outdoors. I even talk about the less clothes is better too. We can't walk around naked in public. We're going to get arrested. But in your own house or basically in your yard, or minimum clothing, just some shorts, but take that t-shirt off, take those long pants off, because that's your vitamin D and your sun and your light. We talked about how light already really activates and stimulates all biological processes. But this grounding is so important. So every time I go to the beach, of course, you take your shoes or your sandals off and you go for a walk on the beach. You can do the same in your backyard if you're on the grass, right? Although your grass may be full of pesticides and all the things that they spray on there. So there's another issue there. But go to the beach and do a lot of walking on barefoot. That's the natural grounding.
Let me ask you something real quick. You talked about sunlight was so important. We didn't talk about oxygen, but the far infrared does increase oxygen utilization because the circulation. But the number 3 thing, it's a foundational technology. It's grounding. So we need ground.
Grounding.
Yeah, it's the foundation of health. Before you get into anything else, you might be missing something as simple as grounding in your life.
Yeah.
For a lot of us, for me especially.
And it's gonna be hard to, spend a lot of time on your barefoot in the sand on the beach, and a lot of people don't live on the beach or in your backyard. And so that's why I'm extra excited about this technology. If we can get some grounding while we're sleeping, hopefully 8 hours, that would be great. So we talked about the far infrared, essential. We talked about the grounding. Far infrared does some grounding too. So what is the technology that you use in the mattress to recreate or create that grounding? How does that work?
So we use a silver thread. It's a very conductive silver thread. A lot of people know as nano. It's a nano silver. It's real silver in our mattress, folks. And we'll get to it shortly, but real silver threads, conductive to the point of grounding your body, to the point of shielding you from EMFs, to the point of even shielding you from microbes, bacteria, and even viruses.
Okay, so we have the grounding comes from the silver lining. It's what you basically said. Silver lining. It's a good thing, right? Silver lining. Is that same silver lining? That's protecting us against the EMF then?
Well, it's the conductiveness to the ground. So our bed does plug in, folks. It just plugs into the ground wire. There's a 15, 12 foot ground rod in every foundation of every home that has electricity. Because if you don't have a ground in your home, the static electric discharge or the static electricity can actually start breaking your home.
Yeah.
That's why we have the ground there in the first place.
So when you plug it in, it just plugs into the grounding part and not into the other two.
Yep, and I can show it to you right here.
Yeah. So it plugs in. Okay, so it just has two plastic things, so nothing there, and it just goes into the grounding, and that activates the silver lining then.
Yep. So this is, we can show it to you whenever.
Sure. Yeah. Why not? We don't have to keep by the script. We can just do whatever we want.
Yeah. So here we go. This is inside that black bag. This is a large cover. We could have shown it. We'll show it at a different time with the full mattress, but this is the mound. You can wash this cover. Dr. Bronner's unscented soap. You could use hand soap, but nothing very strong like a hard detergent. Gentle wash, gentle dry, hand wash, hand dry, or outside dry. But you can take this off. This is a safety feature as well. Used by the electronics industry for over 20 years. This pops right on, and that's conductive. This thread is extremely conductive, and this goes right to the ground wire. If you've never seen chi,
energy,
chi or energy, some people say it doesn't exist. I'm going to prove it to you today, folks.
Well, the problem with that is when people say chi, it's a terminology problem, right? So people get skeptic because it's this old Chinese medicine, chi, meridians. In Western medicine, we talk about energy all the time. We talk about diffusion. We talk about osmosis. We talk about the potassium pump. I mean, you can cut your body open. You're not going to find a potassium pump. They're talking about an energy that is moving through the body from a higher concentration to a lower concentration, etc. And that's basically what chi is, energy.
Nice. I'm learning something every day from this guy.
Same here, my friend. So go ahead.
So
because this is going to be mine. He doesn't know that yet. This is going to be mine.
So also, if you're worried about comfort, 2 layers of comfort. We have adjustable beds. I told you I was a pioneer in adjustable beds. Actually, my location in Central Florida was the original place. The first adjustable bed was sold in maybe the U.S., but definitely in Florida. So I've got all this history around me, even about the adjustable bed. All of our products 100% USA made. Not only that, the foams are poured in Atlanta. So we pour our own foams, USA made, sustainable foams. So getting into that, we also have a bio tracker. We can measure your health, vitals such as respiratory and heart rate.
Does that come with the mattress, or is that an app, or how does that work?
But it comes with Some of this stuff comes with the mattress, but it comes with the adjustable bed.
Okay.
We're not doing the sleep number thing in that sense. We're measuring your vitals
and see if it's working.
We're adjusting fine-tuning your position just the way you like it. So we've got those different things, and I'll show you the voltage meter. So it comes with, there's 9 layers of detoxification that we have, and I didn't speak a lot about it, but the 4 layers that we talked about at the beginning. Can your current mattress do this? No. Why? Because we are changing the industry with our technology. No one else had thought about it. Billion-dollar companies didn't really think too much about the end consumer like I have. I really care. So that's why it's gotten to this level. I'm going to show you the demonstration on the cover right now so we can keep moving forward.
Yeah, sure. We'll get to talk about other things. Go ahead.
Okay, so basically this is, you can use a surge protector, but you do have to have a ground just as a just to see if your ground works. It comes with this little ground tester. It should have 2 yellows to make sure it's alive and working. As you can see, it's working. So from there, I can show you how conductive this mattress is. This is very conductive. There's a piece of steel is pretty conductive, I would say. A piece of copper would be probably a little bit more conductive. I'm going to prove to you right now that this piece of fabric that's bends and soft and feels
very
good,
soft. I've been touching it. It's good.
Is conductive. I'm going to show you this little green light here on the far right. That means it's purely conductive. On the far left, less conductive, even non-conductive. I can show it to you on my shirt just to prove it. I'm just semi-conductive. I'm a semiconductor. It's all right. So as you can see, I'm going to push this down.
Whoops, all the way.
And as you can see, if you can see
they
that
probably
little
can't
green
see
light,
it, but
it goes all the way green.
All the way, maximum conductivity, yeah.
Maximum, exactly. This is the real cool thing. Definitely wanted to spend time with this. This is a voltage meter. And we're going to read our own voltage, and it's going to show you the static electric discharge I showed you before. Anything over 0.5 volts, it damages DNA. You're getting into the level where we can talk about autoimmune or inflammation, but anything over 0.5, our bodies have to keep working, and they don't. Our immune system and everything keeps working when we go to sleep.
That's your systemic inflammation from a frequency or electrical point of view. And a systemic inflammation is basically a constant state of emergency, and that's why our immune system gets overburdened and weak, and here we are. Ill health.
Ill health, exactly. And I'm going to take this first one, I'm going to ground it, and it's going to be connected like I told you. I can ground this right here, and it's showing the ground, and from here, I can determine my own voltage. Right now, it's showing 0.84. I'm a little bit high. Let's see yours, Mike. Or touch the metal or hold the metal. You have a high voltage right now.
That's all right.
6. It could be that light though. Some even the lights affect your voltage, but you have a super high voltage right now. I'm at 0.8. So let's show you the technology. Hold the meter, and then take your other hand while you're holding that and discharge your free radicals.
Boom. So even though I was high, because yesterday I trained out, maybe there's some inflammation in my body because I trained twice yesterday. I swam an hour and I went to the gym yesterday evening. But look, 0.004 or 3, so totally discharged.
You went 6. You were at
6 volts. Yeah,
which is super high. I guess you can, with all your training and stuff, you can hold a lot of voltage and release it. So that's what I'm thinking. I haven't seen many people that high, but you can probably.
I'm always an exception.
Yeah, you know.
But the cool thing is it doesn't matter why it's high. I mean, I know there's inflammation in my body when I train. Today's my rest day, right? So I already did the vibrational therapy today, and I'm gonna go take an infrared sauna after this. First, I go shooting with my oldest daughter, and then I go for an infrared sauna. But the cool thing is no matter what it is, boom, discharge. And if you can do that for 6-8 hours straight, wow.
Yeah, a lot of people say the first night they sleep on it, they might sleep 15 hours. And they go, I don't know what's going on, Baxter.
Detox. You just drained, right?
It's a sleep debt. So the stuff in college, the stuff late night a couple weeks ago, the body is saying, dude, freaking relax a little bit.
Yeah.
And this technology allows you to experience the difference between good sleep and the sleep that the current modern society has. I got one last test. Of course, I could do more tests, but here's a EMF test. We're still grounded here.
Before we do the test,
Okay.
because we covered far infrared, we covered detoxification, right? So let's talk about first, before we test the EMF, explain to our viewers what is EMF, and how does it harm us in daily life?
Well, there's many different radiations or EMFs, and
electromagnetic frequencies.
Yeah, electromagnetic frequencies. We get this from Wi-Fi's. Most people don't even know how our cell phones work. Like, I might text you, but it's not plugged in the wall, and some people think, oh, okay, yeah, that's just something that happens, or it goes through Apple or something, and someone gets a text. No, that information is shooting through the air. Just because we can't see it with the human eye doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So EMFs exist, and high EMFs, essentially 5G, we've heard about in the news, just gives us a high free radical load. Yeah. Our bodies have to keep producing healing, and that's what's causing a lot of the autoimmune. Just too much EMF.
It's like being microwaved.
Microwave to death.
We're being microwaved. We don't even know it. So we have to continue to compensate. And of course, in the old days, without the technology, we didn't have this exposure. Okay. So we don't only have more and more toxins from the exhaust fumes from the cars, because we don't live in pristine areas anymore. We live in cities and towns. So we got all the pollution, the environmental toxins. We got the exhaust fumes. We got the chlorine fumes from our shower. We got our, for most people, we got our cleaning products, beauty products, the bad toothpaste and all that kind of stuff, which we all can replace with more natural alternatives. Just go to your local health food store. But the EMF, with our phones, there's EMF shielding, etc. We got to keep those toxins out. I've been talking about toxemia almost every single podcast. It's the accumulation of toxins in our body. And yes, in normal circumstances, our body will get rid of those toxins, so no harm is done. But if we ingest or are exposed to far more toxins than the body possibly can eliminate, then we have an accumulation of toxins in the body, and that's what we call toxemia. And it's this toxemia that causes, number one, free radical damage and systemic inflammation. Even according to conventional Western medicine, over 90% of all diseases is directly related to the systemic inflammation. So in order to be healthy and disease-free, we need to keep toxemia in check. There's two things we can do simultaneously. Number one, reduce the exposure to toxins, which means man-made foods, polluted water, polluted air, and the list goes on, right? The products you use in your house, but also these invisible EMF, great toxic load. Most people don't believe in it because you can't see it, but it can be measured. We just did it, right? So we need to reduce the toxic load, okay? And simultaneously, we need to increase the nutrients that we take into our body that reduce free radical damage and systemic inflammation. If we do that simultaneously, we will be super strong. And again, here, a great way to shield ourselves from those radiations, at least 30% of the day while we're sleeping, right?
Yeah.
So go ahead, prove that this is shielding any EMF.
Okay, so we're gonna turn this on to the hertz, and we're going to measure the air, what's running through my body. So if you watch this closely, it comes in waves. We're getting hit by waves of 5G, EMS, routers, that type of thing, and it's never going to be the same. It's just because when it measures you,
400, 500, 600, it goes up and down. Yes,
you're getting
back to
hit by
500.
waves, and it'll be the same for you because we're just biology and or you got to hold the metal. It will just shoot through you, getting waves running through you. So when you're connected,
I'm better shielded than you. My
There you go.
voltage was higher, but I'm better shielded than he is.
He's better shielded than me. So basically, when he puts his hand on it, he's going to connect to the earth, just like grounding, and it's going to envelop him once it
boom, straight to zero.
He's connected to the earth. So these waves see him as a rock, not
my
as
brother,
biology.
Can you make me clothes out of this stuff?
I have.
That's what I'm thinking now.
Coming out,
this is 30%. What if I can wear pants and a t-shirt and a jacket like this?
We're working on it. Yeah.
Is this something you should kind of maybe also could use? Because I heard about those iPhones that you can buy something to shield it. Would a piece of cloth like this help to kind of case your iPhone in?
Yeah, there's iPhone cases that are conductive.
Do they work?
I believe if it's totally encased, it will work. But if you shield it on one side, like maybe next to the body, it can help, protect your body some for sure.
Okay, gotcha. All right. EMF shielding, very impressive. What else do we got?
And we talked about the antiviral component, but this is...
So how is it antiviral? Obviously, when we kind of know detox, we got the infrared with the far infrared light. Okay. Yep. So that's all components, but how is it antiviral then?
So just like we have fluoride in our water, right? We look at the water, but our eyes can't see the fluoride. How can fluoride exist? Well, actually, anything within 1 inch of this silver, we've seen magnets arc, right? They put iron shavings and you've seen magnets arc. That's actually going on in the bed. There's arcing going on. Silver ions are bouncing back. And if we could see in a different realm, we would see this thing is almost alive.
Sure, frequencies, energy.
If a particle of bacteria or microbe gets close, it starts stripping down the virus. The virus looks like a oil pump. It starts drilling into you and shoots the stuff into you. What happens is, as soon as it starts getting into the atmosphere of this silver, it strips the virus of its shell and leaves the actual microbe exposed to the silver, and the silver give it like a Paladin death.
Yes.
Silver shards go into it, and it can't survive. It's that powerful.
Is that kind of the same action then taking colloidal silver?
Something very similar. Yeah.
Because that's the action of silver.
Yep.
Okay. Excellent.
And we actually have we created the first antiviral mask, patented, first one to make it to market. This mask has the same technology in our cover. There was a problem. I'm not a mask wearer. It's not a political statement, but I'm an inventor. When someone hits me with a problem, I find the quickest solution. So that's all it was. People are running around talking about, oh, we don't know what to do. We know it's stupid.
So you just made a superior mask with the same thing. The colloidal silver keeps, when the viruses come, it actually attacks the viruses. Mm-hmm. Because the mask we're using now, obviously, the big discussion is the particles are so small, they get in. Okay? They get in here too, but once they get in, the silver will kill them. So and that's the big difference.
They've got a screen. We've got a bug zapper.
Yeah, there you go. Screen versus bug zapper. So yeah, I mean, we're not necessarily mask believers but for those who are immunocompromised, do have fear, have family members that are fragile and want to try to minimize exposure, we'll give you the contact information later, but this is the same exact material. You just made a mask out of it, and it has all the same benefits as the bat.
Yeah.
So this is maybe the only healthy masks to wear.
Yeah.
Very interesting. So we talked about the 5 layers of detoxification. What are the 2 layers of customization? You can customize this somehow?
So basically, it goes back into adjusting your kind of position, right, on the bed. So we've got different comfort layers, of course. We can customize a mattress based on what you like, whether you like it firm or soft. We can do some customization there. It's already there. You tell me what you need. I can customize something for you or a team. But the adjustable bed is very important. It's more important almost than the comfort, only because once you get into a zero gravity position, it's going to open up your circulation up to 4 times. Anytime you raise your knees above your heart,
Sure.
it significantly increases your circulation and relaxes the back and neck muscles, which
Okay.
I suffer from.
So what I'm hearing, because to me, I'm learning myself. We know the benefits of this, but you're saying this will work much, much better if you can put yourself in a zero gravity position.
It's just better levels, right? What
Sure.
level you want to take it. People have, so I'm not a doctor, but over 50,000 people have seen me, and I see them in stages where my doctor told me to come here. You've got people have got crutches. They tell me all their stories. Same thing. If you want to take it to the next level, you get the adjustable bed.
Yeah.
That way you're sleeping in the best position. Why do you sleep on your back with an adjustable bed in the hospital? Because your chances of recovering are that much greater. They're not sticking you on a flat jail cell mat. They're sticking you in a zero gravity position to help you
recover faster. That makes all of sense, actually. So I may need you to look at my bed and get me another one too.
We can look into that for sure.
Very good. To me, it's always, if you do something, you do it all right. I mean, if you're going to maximize something, then I think, you go all the way. There's also 2 layers of measurement.
Right. So the measures of the way we can measure you is their vitals. We're one of the first companies that have the vitals, and right now it comes with the adjustable bed. So if you need that adjustable bed, there's a mechanism that reads your respiratory and
during
your vitals,
the night,
and it will monitor you, and then you can go back and look what you did and that type of thing. Some people have those rings and stuff you've heard about, where they're monitoring their sleep. People that have those rings, we've had excellent results with their readings. So with our own reading, you can just simply monitor that every night.
What about people that have sleep apnea and they're using those, what do you call them, at night?
The CPAP.
The CPAP.
Okay, I got to explain this story because I've helped a lot of people. I've been in their homes and they were saying, well, what's wrong with the CPAP? But did you know the CPAP hose has a high voltage and it's actually giving off EMF? So here's this person taking a CPAP, breathing, hoping they're going to get better while they're getting free radical load off their chest because it's giving off radiation.
Yeah.
So I would say they need to figure out a way to shield the thing for the CPAP machine. But yeah, I mean, using it does help them, I guess, breathe a lot better. But the same, it's a.
But do you think if you would put them in a zero gravity position and with this, may this not help the breathing? We're talking about infrared. We're talking about vasodilation. We're talking about circulation and oxygenation here.
Yeah, sitting up in bed, if you have sleep apnea or the acid reflux, definitely, it's an all-encompassing health position.
Sure. Yeah.
So
no, I mean, I see many patients. Obviously, many of them are diagnosed with sleep apnea, and a fair amount of them have the CPAP thing. And then you also have the people that don't sleep in their bed anymore, not because they don't like their spouse anymore, but mostly because they can't sleep in their bed, so they sleep downstairs in the recliner. That's where they sleep, in the recliner. But now it makes sense too. Zero gravity position, most recliners, right?
You get the recliner basically in the most, like the best room in your house where you need to keep it shielded from all the other stuff. If studio apartments, a lot of people can never sleep because they're working in the same environment
space. So all the EMF is there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just thinking, could you kind of just put this cover in your recliner and sleep on it?
Some people are doing it right now as we speak. They just get the cover, they put it
anywhere they
lay
want
it down, and they get like a twin XL. It's called twin XL at home, or you can get a king and do it over the whole couch. But yeah, people are doing that too.
Oh, excellent. Anything else that we forgot to share about this excellent product?
We're launching Detox Bed here soon. We've got other products, and
if you say Detox Bed, is that the cover or is that the mattress, or what are we talking? If you say Detox Bed,
Detox Bed, it was the site where you can get all the information for this technology.
So it's a website.
Yeah, website that we're launching. We've got websites now. If you know me, then we have websites. But I would say reach out to you if someone was interested.
Yeah, we will put some links on my Facebook page, some contact information for John and stuff like that. So you want people to contact me and then
Sure.
get them in touch with you if they're interested? Okay.
For sure. And we're on this. We're out here changing the world with this technology. That's what I really want people to know. Can your current mattress do this? That's a question.
Because I know I met you a few years ago and you started to work on this. So I know for a fact as a person that this has taken you many years, and that probably had to do a lot with the patents. You want to
the patents, I thought the patents were the hardest part, but that actually was the easiest part.
Okay.
The silver thread had never been made, and it had never been made to a conductive level like this.
So that was the challenge, huh?
There was many challenges. The thread, there's no machines in the U.S. that can make the thread this to make it totally conductive. So there, even the most minuscule little thing that you see there, there's a way so that it lasts longer. We could have came out with a bed that cost over $10,000. We didn't. This is about 50% less than the Sleep Number or Tempur-Pedic.
Yeah.
I don't have all the people I have to answer to.
Sure.
We have.
What would if I want to buy just a cover for my bed? What's the price range there?
So
just so the viewers have an idea.
Queen is going to run. There's two different technologies. So there's one with the far infrared and another without the far infrared. You'll get all the other technologies as the base. But the base is going to run you about $500 for a queen and about $700 for a king. And so
that's very affordable.
Yeah. So you're talking even our best technology, $750 for a king.
Yeah, for a big bed.
And that's what this is with this far infrared, like I showed you before. Underneath this, you've got this far infrared.
So yes, you can buy just the basics with the silver lining, the detox, the EMF shielding. But if you want the infrared, that would be on the inside of this cover or mattress. Well, excellent. Anything else you want to share with the viewers?
I just wanted to say thanks, Mike, for having me on your podcast.
No, you're welcome. This was actually very exciting. I'm excited now because I want this. I mean, our day's only so long, right? And yes, we can go get those light therapies and we can do all we can to shield off the EMF and things like that. But if we can be productive, meaning, if we can improve our health while we're sleeping, that sounds very attractive to me.
Yeah, it is. And, for the guys out there that maybe have a hard time picking up a woman or something,
now we get them somewhere else.
Let them know the technology you have is detox, anti-aging, and biohacking. Hey, they'll want to come see your mattress and they'll have the best sleep that they're not.
You hang out way too much with Dr. Carlin. That's what I know. All right. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, you can drop them on the Facebook thread or contact me on my Facebook or my website, mvtonline.com. Thank you so much for your time. And I'm very excited about this product. The reason also, of course, I know John, but at the same time, I've been following another great biohacker, Ben Greenfield. And this guy is, if you look him up, he came out with this awesome book called Boundless. And he... in his chapters, he's talking about biomeds and about this technology. And so from what I hear, he's not been very excited about those technologies or the results he got with those until he got this. He's sleeping on this, and this is something that he really likes. And so I'm excited about that too, because that's like a very good endorsement, I would say.
Yeah, he likes the bed, and he's just one of actually many. He's probably the top biohacker in the world right now, and a couple other of the guys that are right there with him, they have the technology too.
These guys are in their 40s, 50s, but they biologically, they're only in their 20s, 30s. They are anti-aging. Their telomere length is shortening because they do everything possible to biohack their own body and mind. And so this obviously is a great or a important part of accomplishing that. So I've been following Ben Greenfield for a while, and I was very impressed that he also chooses this product above any other product. Thanks again. And for all listeners, always choose health freedom.